As South Africa eagerly awaits the release of the matric results, this pivotal moment marks the beginning of new opportunities and often challenges for students and their families. Mlungisi Nkosi is an award-winning educator, the founder of the Mlungisi Nkosi Maths and Science Center, and a global award recipient from the UJ Golden Key Society. He joins us now this morning as we look into exploring alternative pathways and opportunities for students who may not meet their expectations. Baba Nkosi, very good morning. Thanks for joining us. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Good to have you on the show.
Yeah, thank you so much.
All right.
This is an exciting time. I mean, it is a time of great anticipation. I can imagine that the anxiety amongst our people is really, really palpable right now.
Yeah, I can imagine.
But also it is, as I said, a time of excitement. Results are about to come out. For me, I think one of the things that I do advise is that they start having those important discussions with their parents, discussing different permutations insofar as the results are concerned. Of course, whilst there will be those who will succeed, there's equally those who may not necessarily do well in their results.
And what are some of the opportunities that are at the disposal of those who did not necessarily do well in their studies?
Yeah, first of all, they just need to remember that, success takes on many different parts.
True.
And that many successful people may not necessarily have started off, well, but ultimately it's what they do from there that really will take them to the next level. At the center, we've got what we call the Grade Up program. Our center is in Honeydew. The Grade Up program is essentially just a really specialized program that is meant for those who want to improve their results in maths and science. So it's basically an upgrading program. It's an upgrading program, but it's more than just that, because we don't only focus on the academic side of things. We also offer robotics and coding. We want to ensure that they level up in terms of their innovative skills, right? We've got entrepreneurship, which is one of the things that they will learn. So it's more than just an academic program. We also have language proficiency. What we've realized is that our students actually sometimes lack the skills to communicate effectively. And that's why, when they get to university, there's such a high level failure rate amongst first years because of just that problem with language. And so we want to ensure that by the time that they complete the program, they are really equipped. They are able to actually be proficient in whatever it is that they want to pursue in the future.
Mlungisi, I would imagine there's quite a number of, alternative opportunities that may not be immediately in the immediate minds of those learners who didn't necessarily do well. What are some of those that they may overlook and that they should start focusing on now?
Yeah, that's a great question, because so if you think about some of the opportunities that are there, there are, I think, something that is really overlooked. TVET colleges, where there are opportunities as well for them to learn vocational skills. There are also, some may actually want to go the entrepreneurial route. For me, I think that is something in a country that has majority youth unemployment, and that's why we want to make that a key focus as well. Youth unemployment is at an all-time high. I think we need to ensure that we get our learners really equipped when it comes to entrepreneurship. We need to expose them to entrepreneurial opportunities that are out there and to train that mindset, but also, as I said, some may actually, who may want to go to university, may actually start, looking into upgrading. But as I said, more than just upgrading, there are other opportunities that are out there. If they want to get in touch with us and, find out more, they can definitely do so at the center.
How do they do that? How are you reachable?
So our phone number, we've got a WhatsApp number that we use. It's also a phone number. It's 064. That's 064. That's 544 7199.
Now, Mlungisi, can you share a story of a learner who was transformed through your programs? I mean, for purposes of understanding the efficacy of your programs.
Yeah, in fact, I'm so glad that this year we've got one of our very first PhD students.
Really?
Yeah. So one of the students that passed through our program is actually receiving their PhD this year.
Wow.
It excites me, honestly speaking, to see the transformation. In fact, what I'll be doing also through my YouTube channel is that I will be interviewing that student so that people understand that it's not necessarily how you start that determines the success of your journey, but it honestly is about developing certain skills, and that's why we are really intentional about ensuring that we develop those skill sets so that we set them on a path of success.
This really pleases me, hey? It's such a goosebump-inducing moment, eh?
It is for me.
Yeah.
I think, honestly speaking, it's one thing that we've been looking forward to. And, it's amazing that it's what really happens in that classroom setting, right? It's the affirmations that you make, that despite the failure, you still continue to reassure your students that, you know what, this is not the end. This is actually the beginning. All it takes is just a change in mindset, just a different thinking that you need to now develop and inculcate into your life.
Sure.
And it can set you on a trajectory of success. Yeah.
What are some of the trends that you've observed in the education sector that will help South African youth and South African learners thrive in the global economy?
So one of the trends that unfortunately, one of the things that we do, which is a mistake, I think, is that we kind of tell people that university is the only way to succeed, right?
Yeah.
And as a result, we get a lot of students that when they are disappointed and they don't qualify for university, they think that that's over, their life is over. And so for me, I think we really need to start, just developing a different mindset. There are many people who go and do online courses, free online courses, and really set themselves up, and they start on the entrepreneurial journey. I think, as I said at the beginning, success can take on so many different parts, and those parts, depending on what you do, right, you can actually be set up for success. So I really do think that it's something that we need to emphasize. Yeah. And even to those students that are sitting right now and they are worried about their results, some of them will do exceptionally well. Yes. But it doesn't mean that by virtue of doing exceptionally well in Matric that they're destined to succeed. They also need to develop certain disciplines so that they are set on a path for success.
Facts. Thank you so much for joining us. Eh?
Yeah, thank you so much.
Great stuff. Well, that was Mlungisi Nkosi, an award-winning educator, the founder of the Mlungisi Nkosi Maths and Science Center, on ways of supporting matriculants emotionally during this crucial time.